Netflix. Date marker, action.
Get up now.
Hey, Alamo City Movie Talk fans. My name is Ryan D. Equal Ryan680.
I'm Mark Lopez, M Lopez 5805.
Yep, and that is his number, ladies and gentlemen.
His
All right,
number.
guys, ladies, you can look him up. First off, let me say, Mac, welcome to our show, man.
Appreciate
welcome
it.
to Alamo City Movie Talk, man.
Definitely.
Thanks for being a part of this.
Definitely.
This is our new segment, ladies and gentlemen. So please be polite on the comments down below. This is our first TV series review. We do movie reviews on this as our normal routine, but this is a new step into new boundaries, moviegoers, TV goers, anyone out there in pop culture related, anything to do with comic books. I mean, everything in general, guys. Drama.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix original series, guys. We're gonna start doing that, stepping the boundaries of the unspeakable. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is our Daredevil series review, ladies and gentlemen. Since Netflix releases all the episodes at once, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go ahead and mention each episode and what we thought of each episode real quick. And we're going to go ahead and go into detail of it. And we're going to mention a lot of good stuff, whether we like this series or not, and all these great points and these questions and everything. We'll keep the outline on the comments down below, guys. So let's get started, Mark. All right, man. So let's... I guess I'll go ahead and start it off real quick. So this, with this Daredevil series, with everything, with Charlie Cox, with Wilson Fisk, I mean, everybody, guys, and we know this world already. We know it from, this comes right off the bat, off of the Defenders. Yeah, and it left so many people in question of the Defenders was Daredevil alive? And they did give us that in Defenders. It was just...
Him and Elektra, both of them. I mean, they both get buried like that.
And that's another clip. Oh, by the way, we are going to be mentioning spoilers, guys. So be aware. Spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. Spoilers. So
Cover your ears.
Elektra. Why wasn't Elektra in this series? That's my number one question.
I was wondering where the heck she was at, and if she survived just like he did, or what happened.
Yeah, and she is not in here, guys, whatsoever. I'm very surprised. Why? I mean, literally, just show her like. I literally thought at the very end of the series that she was gonna come at the very end, just be like awoken or
pop
something.
Up. Yeah.
I awoke her, open her eyes, and be like, boom, this big old finale. And I'm just like, no, we didn't get that whatsoever.
Like somebody took her, somebody's holding on to her somewhere, and then all of a sudden, hey.
Yeah. So episode 1, guys, showed us where we left off with the Avengers and with the characters. Everyone figuring out Foggy, Karen. I mean, this shows us to where they're at right now at this point of stage, and like they're grieving, they're in mourning, they're trying to think, is Matt Murdock alive, and stuff like that. I mean, just right off the bat, I felt like the first episode was a good episode to start us off. I mean, just Mark, what do you got?
No, so I liked it too. I mean, it was like I said, it was everybody thinking Matt Murdock was dead.
Yeah.
Matt was dead. It's time to move on. But Karen is still paying for bills. Karen's still trying to keep his memory alive. When Foggy's over here trying to just get over it. It's already done.
He doesn't want any part of it anymore. He wants
dead.
to let it go.
He's dead.
Let it go. Let it go. Oh, okay, no, it's not that. It's not that review.
But I mean, he's dead. I mean, and that's what Foggy wants to do. He wants to get rid of him. It's over. Matt's not coming back. And then you play into Matt, and you see him waking up in the church. You see him, hurting. Yeah. Everything's not the same, and he's conflicted. I mean, he gets into that story. And then
because we saw this from the trailers, guys, the classic Wilson Fisk outfit, the classic suit, the white iconic suit. I mean, just phenomenal. Whenever he puts on that suit, in my mind, and then I'm just thinking, where's Spider-Man?
Yeah,
where's Spider-Man?
Dude, he's gonna pop out.
He's gonna pop up. Oh, Tom Holland, there he is. Oh, but no, he didn't, guys. We're just joking with you. This showed us where we left off with. I mean, I love episode 1. Episode 1 has a really good. It shows us like, hey,
it brought you in there, and then it showed you how he survived.
Yep.
He fell in that little, I guess, the sewage or whatever, and he fell into the river. And then he ended up, just making his way to that church. Mm-hmm. And the mention the church is, is where he grew up. Is the orphanage. It's where he was raised and where he got to learn his powers and stuff like that. These are the people that brought him up.
And then of course we head right into episode 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into episode 2 to the deal making of Wilson Fisk with the FBI.
Yeah,
man, he's a narc.
Yeah. I mean, that threw me for a loop. So like I said in the beginning, when they start making these deals and stuff like that, you you don't know what he's doing. You don't like. I don't.
He betrays the Albanians.
Yeah, the Albanians.
Yeah,
and you know he gives them up. He pretty much just gives up the Albanians. He gives up all the heads and everything. And the FBI comes in and but he makes that deal. The deal where you know they got to take him out of prison and to give him his own apartment and you know it's still under supervision. Obviously, still under all that good stuff. But he's given up. You know, all these other people and everybody. Yeah. Now he's a snitch. He's a rat.
Yeah, he's a rat.
Now they come out and they stab him, and you know it's crazy. Like
yep, and that takes a twist of events because I mean he gets shanked and he's just like, oh man, I need help. You know, I need protection. You know,
get me out of here. Look, I'll give up. I'll give up these people if you get me out of here.
Yeah. So what does the FBI do? They let him rot in there. Wilson Fisk ends up dying in there. Nope, that does not happen. But what does happen, ladies and gentlemen, moviegoers, TV goers out there, the FBI does get him out and they get him into a safe house. And during that safe house, Mark, what happens during that safe house?
I mean,
during the drive. I mean, just the intense scene. Right there.
So during that drive all the way to the safe house, I mean, it was expected. It was expected that. You know, the ambush, big ambush. You know, the Albanians were going to attack back. They were going to come at him. They were going to come at him full force. And they did. I mean, they flipped cars. They did. They blew up everybody. And
they killed
pretty much everybody was dead. The whole detail was dead. And then all of a sudden, you have this one FBI agent just shooting everybody, killing everybody. Like,
Dex.
Dead on, dead shot. I mean, not dead shot, but I mean, like his shots were dead on.
Yeah.
But they were good, and then you see him ricochet a bullet, and then you're like, oh, okay. This. I know where this is going.
And he's enjoying the death scenes a lot. I'm just like, okay, I could see where this is.
You get a couple of people who are actually begging to that's it. I give up. That's it. I give up, and he just takes them out.
He takes them out regardless. Yeah. That scene in general is really great. I love that scene so much because even Wilson Fisk is like, in that intense mode, Wilson Fisk's like, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he was about to die. And they got a chop. I mean, they got a cookie saw. Like, dude, they're about to take him out. And then next thing you know, all these shots start firing.
You know, everybody's going down one by one. And you're just like, whoa, what's going on here?
Marvel Studios, guys, Netflix. That is a perfect way to start us off with a new character.
It was intense. It was fast. It was good.
Yeah. That was a great start off. I love that, showing us into AKA Bullseye. I mean, just that was
Dax,
Dax. That was a great scene to put him in. I mean, if there's no way to better start your character, a new villain, just like this. I mean, that's a perfect way to do it, guys.
Yeah, and it's good because like it's one of those ones where you just don't know. You don't know who he is at first. Like he's just an FBI agent. He's just, they don't mention anything. You know, they don't give his name or anything until like the next episode.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those ones. But then you start figuring it out sooner or later. Like, you know, his shots are dead on.
Yeah.
He's ricocheting a bullet, and you're just like, oh, okay, I know. It's coming. Pieces are putting together.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and knock up to the next episode. Episode 3, guys. So I felt like in this episode was that Daredevil started becoming more obsessed with Wilson Fisk, where he was just thinking about him all the time. He was in his head the whole freaking series. He was just like, you can't beat me. I'm gonna get Karen. I'm gonna get Fogg. I'm gonna kill him all. I ain't going out without him. Like, it's just, dude, I ain't going out without him. Like, it's just crazy, man. I was just like, dude, Daredevil, stop this.
Right.
You're making it worse than what it is.
So he's super conflicted. Like, he's super conflicted from the first episode, second episode. Like, he doesn't know where he's at, and then on top of that, he's hurt. He's still hurt, and he's trying to get his senses back. He lost hearing in 1 year, so he's not all there. So he's still trying to do it. And then there's this one part where he tries to kill himself. Like, he sits there and he's begging the bad guy. He gets in the fight. He saves the people, and he's begging the bad guy to do it, and they just leave.
Yep.
And then he's trying to end it somehow, but then he's also hearing this stuff with Fisk. Fisk is out. Fisk is escaped.
Yep.
Well, he's not escaped, but he's in FBI custody. They're giving him this, and then that's when he clicks.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that it's time. I need to go get Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
Fisk can't be out. There's no way he can be out.
Yep. Man, there's just so much happening in episode 3 right now. Just the obsession, and then shows Foggy. He shows himself to Foggy and saying, "Hey, I'm not dead after all." Like, that's another good scene right there. I mean, and Foggy's just freaking out. I'm just like, what? Why? You've been alive this whole time. Why haven't you told us or anything like that? I mean, they're upset about it. But what does Matt say? Or not Matt. Daredevil's alive, but not Matt. That's what he's saying. I was all like, man, Devil
he just pretty much tells Foggy, forget about me. Don't. He's like, don't worry, just forget about me. He's using Foggy because Matt needs something.
Yeah,
that's the only reason he came out there. Daredevil, he needed something.
Yeah, and in the end of the episode, Wilson Fisk says a good quote that just I love it is that the devil is back. I was like, dang, that's what Matt. Right? That's when he finds out
that's when Matt's alive.
Yeah, Matt's alive. Yeah,
he's the Daredevil's alive. He doesn't know it's Matt yet.
Yeah, but so let's go ahead and jump episode. Let's episode 4. The what do you call it? The prison intense fighting, man. Okay, so this series this season had so much had so rich and so great. I guess you could say fighting moves. I mean, it was just really phenomenal. Yeah. I loved it.
They look real.
Like, it was very choreographed.
It looked real.
Good.
Like it looked real. Like it looked like genuine. Like they were genuinely fighting. You know how you get some of these movies or these martial arts movies and stuff like that, where you can see that they're But I mean, it looked phenomenal. Like they looked real. The like I said, that prison scene where they're just fighting and he's fighting his way out. Mm-hmm. And this is where I come back into the last episode where he needed Foggy. He needed Foggy's credentials to get into the prison.
And he steals it whenever he
steals the wallet. Yeah. And he steals his wallet. He steals his credentials. He's going into the prison to meet the Albanians. Yeah. And to try to figure out why. I mean, why is Fisk doing this?
Yep.
Why is Fisk doing this? So he's risking his own life. And he's going in as Matt Murdock. He's not going in as Daredevil or nothing like that. He's not in the suit. Which is another thing. He doesn't go in the suit at all in this whole series.
Yeah, man, that gets me so upset. That's one of my downfalls of this. But so that's a great scene right there. Let's go ahead and jump ship. Episode 5, Fisk understanding Bullseye, man. So Fisk is trying to understand him. He's trying to manipulate him like he always does. Manipulates people, takes advantage of people, and just takes them for his own doing. Be like, I'm gonna mold you to what I want you to do. I own you, pretty much. And that's what he's doing in here.
And it's all mind games. It's all mind games. Like it is all his mind games. Like he's just playing mind games, and it's funny because Fisk he's locked up. He's not doing nothing. He's in there. He's locked up. He's just sitting
in
there.
The pet. I mean,
in the penthouse.
Yeah.
In the penthouse.
And what's locked up nowadays? Yeah.
So he's got his own comfy bed and penthouse.
And we also get the backstory of Bullseye, ladies and gentlemen. We get the backstory of him, and I love the backstory of him, and it was told very well because I didn't want it to be like completely different scene. Wilson Fisk was there watching it with him, like with us. Yeah, and I love that scene a lot. I mean, that was another great.
So
scene.
The people that know me, I hate flashbacks. Oh my god, I can't stand flashback movies or flashback stories. I personally think they're pointless, but I mean, they try to tell you the story and get you in it. But I think they did good with this one. I liked it. They showed you a little bit about what Bullseye was and what Dex is all about. And his name is Poindexter, by the way. Yeah. What Dex is all about and why he's the way he is and why he's kind of hearing these things and kind of like a PTSD thing or going on and that's what Fisk is drawing out. And that's exactly
it's coming out. OSD. It's all coming out. And he's taking control over it. Jumping ship again, episode 6, guys, the intense newspaper action scene. Now, this action scene, and we were talking about the costume a little while ago. The costume, everything. I was trying to figure out who has the costume.
Yeah.
And what happened to it? I mean, Defenders, what?
The original costume, the Defender's costume, it's destroyed. It's gone. Yeah. There is no costume anymore. That costume was destroyed. So what Fisk did was go back to the original maker of the costume. He went back to that one guy and created a new costume, and his costume was brand new. And that's what Matt even says. He's like, my costume was destroyed. I mean, what's up? So he ends up giving Dax that costume, and they find this Albanian, that one Albanian who stabs him, and he's supposed to shed light to what Fisk is doing.
And what was the very twist? What's the twist around it, Mark?
The Albanian, and they were trying to shoot him, kill him, and then the twist is when they're in there and they're doing an interview, and then all of a sudden you see Daredevil show up. Mm-hmm. And Daredevil's just killing everybody. He's just, going at it with everybody. He just takes everybody out.
Yep.
but it's not Daredevil. It's Dax.
It's not.
It's Dax.
It's
Dax
Bullseye, man.
Bullseye is wearing
Manipulating,
that suit, and
he's loving it, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he is loving it,
and
like,
he
so
is
much.
fit in that suit, and he is Daredevil right now. He is assumed the role
Framing
of Daredevil, and
this was all a huge plan because Matt Murdock actually found out in the jail too as well that Fisk planned his own shanking. Like he did that. He paid that guy off. And what happens too as well later on in the series, we find out that guy just randomly got out of jail. Just like that.
Yeah, he
out
was
of prison. He just came out of prison.
He was supposed to be in solitary, and then all of a sudden
that was it. He was gone. Yeah. What happened? The warden didn't even know, and then when they questioned the warden, they were like, "I want my lawyer."
Yeah,
come on, dude.
It was an admin guy. He just forgot to check a box.
Yeah, whatever. So so the Fisk. I mean, just all that was phenomenal. That great scene, and then we get Daredevil coming out, just like, where's Daredevil? Where's the real Daredevil? He shows up, and I just
wearing his original suit. The black cover over the face and the black suit.
See, I did not like that suit throughout this. Like, I wanted him to wear the Daredevil outfit. Like, you upgraded. Why would you downgrade again? And
yeah. Oh no, but he was like I said, he was back to
just the circumstances that we.
That and back to the first couple episodes, he was done. I don't want to be Daredevil anymore. Yeah. I'm conflicted. I've already done all this. He was really done.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, and then that comes out, and you're just like, oh crap! And they go through this whole battle, and at first, Matt's winning, and then Dax just kills him. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, episode 7 goes to where the opening of Fist just smiling because everyone and all the news reporters are saying that the framing of Daredevil was genius.
Yeah.
And that's a great plan by Fisk. I mean, Wilson Fisk did a great planning into this, details and everything. And just, definitely. I love, that was a great planning by all bets aside by him. Can you mention anything else in episode 7 that stood out? Or
so episode 7, it was more of I think it was about Nadeem. So Nadeem was
the agent
in charge.
Yeah.
He's the one who made the deal with Fisk. He's the one who put Fisk in this hotel room thinking it was a good idea. But then Nadeem was, hurting himself in his own personal way, as you see too. He's hurting financially. He's hurting many different ways, which at the end of the movie, end of the show, you'll see that Fisk choreographed everything. He's the one who did everything.
Yep.
He had this planned out
for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had this all planned out, but Nadeem's hurting. So this is where Nadeem starts, picking it up.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe Matt's not. Maybe it's not Daredevil. Maybe it's an imposter.
Yep.
I'm catching on a little bit to what Wilson's doing, what Fisk is doing, and it's. I think it's a little bit about him. And then, like I said, the like you were saying, the journalisms and all the newspapers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Just crucifying Daredevil.
Yeah. And so let's go ahead and jump the gun again. Episode 8. So episode 8, I feel like Adim is just everything's going. He has a lot of stuff on his plate right now. And Poindexter, of course, he's angry a lot, man. He's angry. He's so pissed off right now. And then on the other side, we got so many different stories happening intertwining with each other. And then Daredevil finds out the truth about his real mother. And we find out about that. And they actually shed some light into that too as well. And then he finds out the truth. He was hearing a prayer from the nun that was actually taking care of him way from the beginning, ends up being his mother.
So 8 and 9, episodes 8 and 9 were my favorite. Like you thought it was one way, and then it just twists.
Yeah, it twists again. It shows them. It was like a spin-off prequel within this series. It was so weird. They show prequels between Karen, they showed. They didn't show Foggy, did they?
No, they didn't do Foggy. Foggy was
Karen,
a different time.
They did Karen. Karen was a rowdy girl, man.
Yeah.
She was rowdy, man. I didn't know she was that crazy.
Yeah. Episode 10, I mean, the Karen one, that was... it showed her backstory, but like I said, I think that episode was just like a filler. I think it was just, they were trying to fill some time there to bring up some backstory, because... Really, that whole backstory was pointless. I mean, I was like, I really don't care about this. But then, halfway through the episode, it goes back to the church.
Yep.
Now, Matt and Karen are stuck in this church, and Dex kills the priest. He finds out Karen's in this church, and he's looking for him, and he kills this priest. And this is where Nadeem starts, picking it up. Nadeem's like, you know what? Hey, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, how are you gonna kill a priest? I mean, God,
dude,
come on.
He did it like
all of a sudden just threw that stick right there
in front of everybody, in front of the whole congregation, and it's just so much stuff's happening. And then that's when that intense moment, TV goers out there, is that the intense scene where like even Agent Undine, he's all like, grab her. If you don't grab Karen, we're gonna kill her.
Yeah,
she's gonna be dead. Yeah, I was just
she's not gonna make it down the street.
Yep.
Like,
FBI's been so to Wilson Fisk, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna go ahead and jump ship a little bit. We're actually gonna start off. What would you think was the best episode in this series, man?
best episode, like I said, I really liked 8 and 9, both of them, because they fell right in front of each other. So that the twist between the mom and then when they were investigating Dex's apartment, Nadim gets shot. And then all of a sudden he's over there. Okay, I need to report this. Let me go report this to the FBI, well, to the heads. FBI.
Oh, and then that's when that
and then
happens,
when that's the beginning of episode 9 is the intense scene where he's reporting it, and then all of a sudden his head starts killing people.
It feels like Game of Thrones, like it just everything's
going
crazy.
I was just like,
dude.
what just happened?
Yeah,
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, I thought it was done, but then no. Now we find out everybody in the FBI is taken by Fisk.
So if you had to choose one episode,
I don't know. I mean.
I'm going to say 6. I'm going to say that very intense scene with the newspaper. I love that scene so much, and I love it because it shows us the actual Daredevil outfit for the very first time. Shows him on it, shows him comfortable with it. Bullseye versus Daredevil. A crazy mixed-up duel, and it's funny, too, because combat-wise, Daredevil's better than him, but then far away distance, he's not, because he keeps throwing stuff at him.
Yeah. Like he wanted to keep him close quarters instead of that. But then they always separate. So
I wanted to say episode 6 could be my favorite, man.
I don't know. I probably would go into that. I really like that prison scene. That prison scene was really real. Yeah, like it was super real. Like he stole that wallet. He went in there and he was trying to get it, and and then all of a sudden the doctor was chasing him. The inmates were free, and then it was a prison riot, and then it was. I mean, it reminded me a little bit of like the Punisher, what the Punisher was.
That Punisher, it's great.
Like that prison scene in the Punisher. I mean, it was good.
Yep,
it was fun.
What would you say is the climax episode for this series, man?
The climax.
I'm gonna have to say the ones you mentioned, the 8 and 9, because that's just a twist after another twist. Finding out the truth, moviegoers, TV goers out there, Netflix, Hulu. This is just it really hits the points of all angles, and it's very climactic. I mean, for the series, like you never see that. I mean, you haven't seen this yet in the Daredevil series before. I've never felt this intense with the Daredevil series before. Season 1 is like Daredevil getting beaten up all the time.
He was just getting a butt kicked. I mean, he's learning.
Learning. But with this one, it's just totally different aspect. But I'm loving it. Loving it.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree those right there, and then I would also go into like 11 when they're actually escaping the church. It's starting to clear up a little bit more. They know what they want to do. Now Matt Murdock and Foggy, it's what Nelson and Murdock, they start coming together again.
They fight up against they try to do justice in the system, but it fails because Wilson Fisk buys out everybody.
It's crazy on how it is, and it's funny because Matt hears it. He hears it from outside the courtroom, and he's just like. He's like, oh, he got there. Yeah, he got there. Yep. And then that's when Nadim just goes off reservation. But I mean, he makes that one video.
Yeah, that crazy scene, guys, is actually Nadim is when Bullseye actually shoots him. But right before he actually makes that video, guys, that scene alone just very intense, man. I'm just like, dude.
And it's funny because they were friends. They were genuine friends. They genuinely liked each other, and it just turned.
It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work out whatsoever, guys. So what did you feel like they need, man? I know we total episodes for this series were 13 episodes, 13. And with a lot of Netflix stuff going on right now, which is 13 was the norm for them for a while. But then they changed it to now it's 10 or 12.
See, and it's funny because I'm an old school guy, so I always like the 24 episode ones. Like you go into like you go into like Smallville and you get the 24 episode seasons. You go into other.
Those are different though because they release every week.
Every week. Yeah. And I mean, I like those, and I hate these little short seasons. I feel like they could go more in detail and go more more. You were
a fan of Smallville?
Yeah, I was super fan of Smallville. I have all.
It's on Hulu, by the way, guys. It's on Hulu.
Yeah, I own all the DVDs. I'm good. Okay, I love them all.
So what did you? I feel like they, I know a lot of people are gonna hate on me, but put on the comments down below. But I feel like this series should have been a 10
like a tenor.
Like a tenor, man.
I mean, yeah, I think, like I said, there's a couple episodes in there that just you could have done without, like that Karen one, that flashback Karen episode. Yeah. They could have done without, and they just made that church episode, because the church was good. That was a good episode. I mean, that was.
Well, I guess they just wanted to show the backstory of each of the character, and especially Karen and where she came from.
Yeah. I totally get it, and I see it, but you probably could have done without it.
Yeah. So, what would you rate the series, man? 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest.
I mean, I really liked it. I would go mid 8s. Yeah, I would probably be like 8.5 somewhere around there. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna be a solid 8, man. I'm a solid 8 just because. I'm not hating on it because it was 13 episodes. I'm not a problem when it comes to more Daredevil or anything like that. Yeah. I felt like there were some episodes or some content and some footage that we really did not need.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that you could have dealt without. I mean,
8.5.
Yeah, I would go like 8.5 on this. I would recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a solid 8, guys. Moviegoers, fangoers, anyone out there in pop culture, comic book lovers, be sure to check out the Daredevil Netflix series, guys. Now, should the series continue? Now, with all this stuff, let's just jump on it real quick. With all the stuff that's happened with Luke Cage, do you keep the same Daredevil if you go to the Disney streaming service? I feel like you should, just because you already created that world. And do you cancel Daredevil, even though it started? I mean, it's the Iron Man of the TV series.
Like it's the foundation of what the whole the idea of the Defenders was supposed to be. It's the foundation was Daredevil.
A lot of people were mixed on the Defenders.
Yeah. I mean, I think they should ixnay the whole Defenders thing. Yeah, I think just to move on and I mean,
just have Daredevil and Punisher.
Stick with what's working right now. And I think Daredevil is definitely working. And I think it's definitely a good show, and all 3 seasons have been a great show. Yeah. It keeps you going, keeps you on. I think they should keep the same thing and definitely roll on. The end of this movie, I mean, the end of this series didn't. I mean, it kept you. It had a little cliffhanger on it, but it wasn't that strong of a cliffhanger. So, it wasn't.
Yeah. So let's just go and mention a couple of notes on the episode 13. Was Daredevil on the hunt finally? Finally, he shows us his dark side. He's like, I'm Daredevil now. Like, I'm pissed off. Yeah. And I loved it. I loved it so much. I mean, and then also we get just so many things unraveling. We find out the truth. Bullseye finds out the truth about Julie. That his, she died way back when.
So he had that obsession with that girl Julie, and then all of a sudden, Fisk had her killed maybe like 4 episodes beforehand, and then all of a sudden he finds out.
And it leads up to that triple threat scene between. It's like, oh my god!
That
it's like
final fight scene was awesome.
It's like Wilson's trying to fight off Bullseye because Bullseye's trying to kill his wife.
Yeah, Vanessa.
He's married. Yeah, Vanessa.
Because the final episode is the wedding. Is the Wilson's wedding. It's him and Vanessa. The video is already leaked out, so then now it's kind of them. And then all of a sudden you see Dax as Daredevil. He comes in. He's wearing the Daredevil outfit, and he comes in and he's ready. He's ready to kill Wilson. And then all of a sudden our Daredevil Matt, he comes in and he's fighting Dax, but then also trying to fight Wilson. I mean he's. It's one of those ones where Matt, he's conflicted and he's on the hunt. He's gonna kill Wilson. That's his goal right now. He's gonna kill him. Do something that he has never done. And he's gonna kill Wilson.
Yeah. But that takes a turn of events, and he ends up deciding which surprised the heck out of me, making a deal.
The other deal.
A truce.
Yeah.
I guess you call it a truce, ladies and gentlemen.
You keep my secret. Yep. I'll let Vanessa be. I'll leave your wife alone. I will not mess with your wife. Your wife is free and clear.
Yep. And then this also leads up to the very end scene, guys. And 2 end scenes real quick. Is back to the basics with Matt, Foggy, and Karen. They go back to where they started.
Yeah.
They end up going back together and then just getting back together, doing the Matt Murdock, the Nelson, Murdock and Nelson, like they're back to being back together as lawyers now.
That little stab at Jessica Jones.
Yeah. The little stab. Yeah. Oh, you acting like Jessica Jones. I was like, what the heck? And then, of course, we get the very cheesy, like, why was this even there? The very cheesy thing. We know who he is. We know it's Bullseye.
Like, you already know. Yeah. It's done already.
We get it to where he's getting surgery done. And then his eye is like a bullseye. It's like a Photoshop to bullseye. And just like, why?
There was no point to that.
Yeah, I mean, that was whack.
There was at one point I did want to see Bullseye in like an outfit. like a super villain outfit, or he was in the Daredevil outfit the whole time. I was like, but I wanted
Matt Murdock in there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Frustrating that kind of me.
Yeah, that did frustrate me too. I was like, why didn't he take the one that the other guy made?
Exactly.
Because they were trying to frame him. I was like, might as well take that one and just use it.
Might as well, man. So should this series continue on another season? I feel like this should, man. I mean, they continue it, but I feel like it ended like if they were to cancel Daredevil, this will leave everything on a high note because it ended a good note. It ended where it started, a truce. That Wilson Fisk is no longer. I mean, he still has. I mean, he's in prison now. So Vanessa too, but Matt, Karen, and Foggy went back to where they started, and it's just it is what it is. And if
they're back to doing law, they're back to doing what they did.
Yep. If they end up canceling it, it is what it is, and just it ends on a high note. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think if they made another one, great. Let's watch it. I mean, but if they didn't, I mean, like I said, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I think it's good. I mean, I think it's done. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna play the whole bullseye. Yeah. I guess now he's half robot, half whatever.
He'll show up in the very beginning of the next season with the eye. Yeah. He just has eyes. Both of his eyes are bullseyes.
He has that mechanical eye now, and I don't know. He's gonna be. Turn into Deadshot or what?
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching. My name is Ryan D. Ignore Ryan680.
And I'm Mark Lopez. M Lopez 5805.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. And you know what to do, guys. Hit it. Like us on Facebook. And thank you for making us a part of your day.
See you guys.
Wake up.